think we're on, but I'm not sure. Oh, we're on. That was very unprofessional of me to... Yeah, okay. Oh. Well, thank you, thank you. What about you guys? All right, all right, sorry. Yeah, it's okay. Sorry, they're very quiet. I have a studio audience. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tom's Guitar Show. I'm Tom. They call me Guitar Tom because I'm often seen with the guitar. And back when we used to have a call-in show, they used to call on the phone and say, "Hey, man, what's your show about?" I say, "It's about an hour." It's about. Yeah, I've told that joke over 1,000 times now. Guitar players.
Funny.
Yeah.
I still laugh.
Okay, good. Guitar players, guitar playing, all things guitaristic. So that's the thing. We talk about guitars, playing the guitar, care and feeding your guitar. What kind of guitar is right for you? Related topics like the guitarrón, these guitarras, sitars, lutes, ouds, vihuelas, banjos, balalaikas, bazookas, bajos, sextos, tiples, cavaquinhos, chicholes, did I say chicholes? I don't know. Trombones, tromboninas, pipe organs, piccolos. Anything anything you can make, clarinets, clavinets, harmoniums, harpsichords, and harmonicas. Anything you can make music on, politics, world events, people's personality problems, it's okay. But we've got to keep it clean. This is a family show. Okay. So I have the Catcalls with me. It's Riley and Kayleen. I got that right, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
good job. You've been studying, you can tell.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to pay attention. It's not always easy. I'm a guitar player. Fill in your own joke. Actually, we're thinking about going back to the joke of the week. You know, guitar player jokes.
I like it. What do you got?
Well, there are a lot. I mean, they're like. I mean, there's some of the very basic ones, like how many classical guitarists does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. They won't touch anything electric. You know, things like that.
Oh, just wait.
Yeah. Two guys walking down the street. One of them was a guitar player. The other one, he didn't have any money either. You know, things like that. You know, that kind of that sort of level of humor is not exactly anything to be proud of. But then again. But anyway, so you're on the road. You're traveling.
Yeah.
You're based out of Colorado, and you're on your. Where you're here now, for now.
We're here now. We're based out of Fort Collins, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so you're here now, and then where are you going to go next?
Up to the Twin Cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul. We're going to a convention up there, and we'll be finishing this weekend with a show in St. Paul. Then we head back south, and we're actually going to be back in Iowa City playing a venue at Gabe's on Wednesday, the 11th.
Oh, okay. Gabe's, yeah, that's the place to be. I used to play up in the Twin Cities quite a bit, like a long time ago. I mean, I'm an old man, you can tell I'm an old geezer, but back in the old days, I was sort of more like a folk singer thing. I was first as a classical guitarist, and I started slumming and being like a folk singer type. But there was a lot of anti-Iowa humor up there. And Iowa stands for idiots out wandering around. And there are a bunch of other jokes I could tell you, but not with these young people. We have a young audience here of people. I'm sure you've heard it all before. You could probably teach me. You'd probably tell me a few jokes. But
Yeah.
Anyway, there's young people over here. Anyway, okay. So what are we going to do? We're going to play some songs together? Play
Yeah.
some tunes. You just got done with a 3-hour gig, right? So.
It was supposed to be a 1-hour gig, and
yeah.
the other bands didn't show up on campus, so they just kept having us play. So
That's how it goes.
we're all warmed up.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah. So we're going to play a song. This is going to be on our upcoming EP. This is actually when I first learned how to play in DADGAD tuning. And I was really upset about some political things at the time. And I just learned about how to write a song in the Dorian mode. I wrote this song in one night. It was just like, sometimes you just have a song kind of burst out of you. So feel free.
D Dorian.
D Dorian.
That's
yeah.
D through D with no sharps or flats.
Yeah. So, I mean, I tell people it's my first song in DADGAD, my first song in D Dorian, and it's my first protest song that I've written. But it's not going to be my last in any of those categories. This one's called My Stand. When we call ourselves, when the fire's fled, will there be enough of us? Bury all the dead. Will we cling to battered flags of a government? I don't know. I don't know. Is my stand, and I won't back down. This fight isn't just for me. This is my stand, and I won't back down. I'll see it through the end. Wait and see. Flaming torch, yelling right at me. Words echo from the past, Hitler's Germany. Is it even possible we could agree? I don't know. I don't know. This is my stand, and I won't back down. This fight isn't just for me. This is my stand, and I won't back down. I'll see it through the end. Wait and see. Say who was the only way to keep us free? Man behind a podium said it on TV. In God we trust, or so they say, is how we lead. I don't know. I don't know. This is my stand, and I won't back down. This fight I'm fighting isn't just for me. This is my stand, and I won't back down. I'll see you through the end. Wait and see. I'll see you through the end. Wait and see. Nice solo.
Oh, come on. We have and where do you guys come from? Where do you? North Central Coralville.
Junior high.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Sweet.
It's a stage of life you have to go through, and then you get over it, and it's on to the next thing.
It gets better.
Does it? Oh, good.
So it gets better. Don't worry.
yeah,
Hang
okay.
in there.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
It gets better once you learn how to play guitar. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I could do that by high school. It just wasn't, Just keep getting a little better every year at that, though. Don't let my guitar player jokes throw you off. It's a good thing to do with guitar. It's a wonderful thing. You can carry it in one hand. Seriously, I used to work for a music company. I had to lift pianos. They're very heavy. These are like,
Who thought?
yeah. Yeah, they are heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, pianos are heavy.
Yeah, you had to lift like one end of it up and then kick a dolly underneath it, so you could like roll it around.
Did you ever like actually put them up through a window, suspended? Like I've seen
I never did that. No, the most thing we ever did was like split level houses, put planks up and roll them up as a very steep staircase on a plank.
That sounds totally safe.
Yeah. Gabe's, as a matter of fact, a number of times I helped the guy move his piano up the back steps. I don't know if it's still like it was, but there's the little rickety metal back steps.
Okay.
The only piano you had at the time was the one that his parents split up. He got the family console piano. And I don't think it weighed a ton. It's probably only 850 pounds, maybe a little bit more. But and they put me on the bottom.
Oh.
Because, I guess I wasn't as skinny as the other guitar players. But anyway, so anyway, yeah, I could have died.
Made it though. I'm glad you're here.
So far, I've survived.
Yeah.
I think this could all be a dream, huh? Do we even know if we're here?
I don't know. That's
I can't tell.
existential crisis right now.
Yeah, I'm not having one. I'm just.
What does it all mean, Tom?
I don't know, man. Just like
Just like whatever.
show up and play guitar, and and then you sleep and you eat, and then you show up and play guitar. There's a lot of driving involved.
Yeah.
Oh, you knew that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Our first jaunt of tour was driving this past Wednesday, from Fort Collins to Lincoln.
Uh-huh.
Fort Collins, Colorado to Lincoln, Nebraska is quite the stretch.
Yeah, it takes a while.
And then when you play a show that same night and you have a rehearsal with your opening act to do some collaborations, it makes for a really long day.
Yeah, and you don't sleep that much, especially if you sleep in the car, but that's another thing. Try not to sleep while you're driving. Of course, if you're going across Nebraska, you could probably fall asleep and wake up 100 miles later and say, oh, wow,
You're
Yeah.
on cruise control and
Straight road.
it
Yeah.
takes you there itself.
We don't
Yeah.
really
Advocate
recommend
sleeping
that.
at the wheel?
No.
No.
No. How have you been doing the show, Tom?
Well, we were just figuring that out. Okay, so it was 1994. I was in working with a production company doing a play, doing all the incidental music. It was kind of a cool job. And then the show closed suddenly and tragically in San Francisco, which is quite common in the music business. And I was unemployed and homeless in the San Francisco area again, which is not that uncommon for me throughout my life. So I came back and, and then I had a baby. Not personally, but I was very closely involved and raised him by hand. And so that was 1994. I can keep that track because it was July 1994 the show closed. We were supposed to go to Broadway. and we were like on the farm team thing. We should have opened in Cleveland instead of Mill Valley, California. Seriously, because it was a gritty play. And anyway, long story. So I came back and did Tom's Guitar Show. Actually, the original Tom's Guitar Show was 1990, but that was 6 episodes of how to play guitar. How to learn how to play guitar. So yeah, we've been doing it since then. So I don't know how long ago I passed my 1,000 show mark, but I do this every week. It's mainly what we do is we train people and get volunteers experience and stuff. And
That's awesome.
so yeah. So,
Yeah, we're thrilled to be part of it.
well, I'm glad you're here. It's great. It's fun to have you here, and it'll be fun. And you'll maybe we'll get YouTube views are usually somewhere between 8 and 150.
Cool.
Perfect.
So we'll see. Maybe you can get more because you'll probably be better connected.
We're
Well,
going to
that's-
share it.
We are definitely falling in that window of 8 to 150 views on most of our videos. So
yeah.
I think we can put those together
Yeah.
and
well,
get more.
We got I think over 500 views on one of our last
Oh,
videos
really?
that we put up.
Cool.
We submitted for the Tiny Desk concert
Oh yeah, sure.
contest.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that
I
was
was
that
in
last
that. I was in that too, and you were very early on. Yeah, when I first started that contest. Yeah, and I got a fair number of views to that one. Yeah.
Yeah, we did this one. This song that we just played, My Stand, this past song.
Yeah.
The only one that we played on your show, actually.
Yeah.
The only show. Yeah.
Yet.
Well, we'll remedy that
More
in
to
about
come.
in less than a minute. We'll remedy that again, but I'll see. Yeah, the old YouTube is different. I mean, one thing I don't chop it up. I just do the whole hour. And there are people who watch it. There are people who watch it in a live stream. I know in San Antonio, Texas, for instance, I communicate with them. But the old YouTube, like 10 years ago or more, I used to get like 250,000 views on some of my videos. But they were short videos, and there wasn't so much there, and also it was easier for people to find you than it is now. So there's a trick to it. No, there's a lot of tricks to it. But anyway, let's play something else. What else you got?
Cool. Well, we want to do another original. We want to do a blues stand and do a little jam.
Yeah, like You My Babe.
Yes. I didn't even know that's what I wanted, but I do.
I know.
So we call ourselves a blues rock band. We use that term pretty loosely. Typically, we play as a full rock band, so that's definitely more rock oriented. We're just touring as an acoustic electric duo, which is
Still fun.
and sometimes a little more bluesy. But yeah, we have fun with it. So here's actually a little Walter blues standard that we are doing in our set these days.
You guys are on TV.
Yeah.
I like 'em. Beautiful.
Well, my baby don't stand no cheating on my baby. Oh yeah, I don't stand no cheating on my baby. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't stand no cheating. Don't stand on me not creeping, my baby. Won't you, baby, my baby? Well, my baby don't stand no fooling on my baby. Oh yeah, I don't stand no fooling on my baby. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't stand no fooling. When he's hot, there ain't no cooling, my baby. Won't you, baby, my baby? Well, I said, my baby don't stand no cheating on my baby. Oh yeah, I don't stand no cheating on my baby. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't stand no cheating. Don't stand none of that midnight creeping, my baby. Won't you, baby, my baby? All right. Well, my baby, I know he loves me, my baby. Oh yeah, I know he loves me, my baby. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know he loves me. There's nothing but a kiss and hug me, my baby. Won't you, baby, my baby? don't stand no cheating on my babe. Oh yeah, I don't stand no cheating on my babe. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't stand no cheating. No standing and them and not creeping, my babe. Won't you, baby, my babe? Well, I said, my baby don't stand no cheating on my babe. Oh yeah, I don't stand no cheating on my babe. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't stand no cheating. No standing and them and not creeping, my babe. Won't you, baby, my babe? Well, I said, my babe. Won't you, baby, my babe? Come on, my babe. Won't you, baby, my babe?
Come on, bring it up. Bring it up. It's okay. Don't be shy. I'll pass it on.
Wow, that went really far.
Yeah. It was over there past that camera. So.
Sweet. Yeah. That sometimes when you play guitar, you drop your pick, and then you have to improvise a little bit. And then you got some friends helping you out, which is great.
I want to reminisce, and I want to warn everybody I'm about to reminisce, but really, really long time ago when I was quite young, I was in California, Northern California. I'm trying to remember what Contra Costa Community College was what the play. I was in a play. I was doing the music, so we had what we call a thrust. You know, this little stage they build out over the seats. You know, take out some seats. And I was there, and I was doing all the incidental music for the Universe According to Art Hoppy was a play, and I had just been in a 12-string guitar playing contest at John Barleycorn's Tap. All my nails were gone, so I had my roommate, who was a real blue-collar kind of guy, put on the Lee nails, which these are fake. I just had them done.
Oh, they look great.
Well, thank you.
You go to Sally's for that, or
Like a French manicure.
I go to V's nail salon.
Ew.
It's all Vietnamese, but
Okay.
but V can kind of speak English pretty well. Anyway, so she does it. But anyway, so I had these ones, and I you know from my guitar you have what you call the rasgueo, when you go like this, like that.
Like it.
And I did this on my guitar, and all the little nails broke off, and there was a light coming this way through it, straight on me. The spotlight would come out. Every time I played, the spotlight would come up, and I saw those nails flying like a flock of geese.
That's beautiful.
And the guy sitting right there, he was an African-American gentleman with this is a long time ago. He had the blowout hairdo.
Nice.
Did
they get stuck?
It started landing in his hair. And I had this tooth, and I remember just that moment, because it was all in slow motion, because of course that's terrifying. You know, if you want to use your nails, you don't even have a pick. And so my experience was like one of terror, and one was like the funniest thing I ever saw. And at the same time, and because I had to make through the rest of the show with this like cornflakes left over and
Were they all just like sparkling in his hair? Were they all?
Yeah, they kind of landed. His hair was kind of sparkling, you know,
Wow.
because it was relating. It was like in the light. I remember the light. It was like a bluish hue, and it just like landed in his hair.
Did you talk to him afterwards?
No, I didn't. He was like a couple. I didn't like.
So he
Just had a
just
moment.
like found fingernails in his hair.
I don't know what his experience was later. I didn't mention it to him. I was just like terrified, and I had to play the rest of the show, and I had to be as professional as possible. You know how that goes. You got to do what you got to do, right? I mean that's.
And then you just got to write a song about awkward moments in life, because that's how you get through them. Right?
I think all the music that I compose is awkward.
Even better. Yeah. Just like we practiced.
Yeah, that's right. Hey. We've been rehearsing for weeks.
I know. Can you tell?
Actually, I never saw you guys before, like an hour ago or less.
Yeah.
So, maybe I'll never see you again. But I say, that's how it goes. We all are in this anyway.
We are.
Gee, I'm getting all
Sentimental.
new agey and spiritual.
Existentially,
Yeah. I'm going to get past it. So, what do you want to do now? Look at all these people.
Hey.
Yeah.
Sweet. Love
You
people.
Any people want to be in show business? You ever thought about that, or?
We need an
No.
MC up here.
No, good. None of them do.
Stressful.
Yeah.
We need a-
Oh yeah, look how stressed out we're all up here. How are you? How you doing? Look at her. Look at that. That could happen to you.
I heard you complaining about your show business closing in California, so
Oh yeah.
I'd kind of like to avoid that.
Well, that's what happens. Is suddenly we got a bad review in the newspaper on a Sunday, and the Sunday supplement, and on Monday that was the day off. No, they came out on Monday and Tuesday, because Monday's your day off in theater. So Tuesday they locked it up, and I never. I had to have a 1920s style like Dixieland band in the play, and I had all my equipment there. It took me like a week to get somebody to open it up so I get my equipment out, and I don't know if my band ever got paid, and I never saw any of them again. So, and I ended up sleeping on an air mattress on a linoleum floor somewhere, and then I decided to come back to Iowa for some reason.
Well,
That's where you're from?
Gonna be like the bumpy
Sort of.
it's very mysterious.
The what?
There's always gonna be like a bumpy road with like bad times, and then you get the smooth pavement and like happy times and stuff.
Sometimes you get a happy time, maybe. Some people do get happy times. I'm actually I can actually work steady, by teaching and playing. I don't have another job. I used to be a pretty good cab driver, but I used to deliver flowers.
That's nice.
Yeah, you think people are happy to see you, but they're not really. So, servant boy.
Remove yourself.
Oh, look at. Oh, they're all leaving. Hi.
Here, they want to say bye, hi.
Hi,
Hi and bye, kids.
Hi and goodbye.
gang, studio audience.
Yeah, thanks for coming by.
Yeah.
Yeah, good, clean fun, huh? Hope I didn't scare you off at show business.
All right.
Okay, here comes a new gang.
All right. Switch them out.
Oh, well. Gee whiz. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all fine. That's what we're doing now. We're doing something in
I think
beat.
we're gonna do another tune from the album. The album has full rock band on it.
What's
but,
your album called again?
we're not really sure yet.
Oh,
We're
okay.
still in the studio with it.
Oh, you're
I
still
think-
recording. Okay.
I think that's like naming a baby before it's born. I don't have any experience with that, but I think once the album is born, then you just know.
Oh, okay.
Bartholomew.
Just like with
That's
this
what I'm gonna
tour.
do.
Bartholomew.
We
I
didn't
was-
know what the name of this tour was going to be until we were halfway to Nebraska.
So
It's true.
what's it called?
The Pillow Talk Tour.
The Pillow Talk.
Yeah, because it's like 2.5 weeks of sleepovers with your best friend.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty awesome.
Gee, I don't have that many friends. I sleep in the car, man. I say.
Well, we don't sleep in the car, but
You
we,
can pillow talk your car.
yeah, you know.
Last time I drove to Colorado, I had to leave at 9 o'clock at night, and I think it was a South Park Music Festival or something up there in the mountains or somewhere,
yeah.
and but so I passed out somewhere in Nebraska. And I got to say, the Nebraska rest stops used to be really nice. They're a little bit seedy looking now. I don't know. Maybe
We
they
only stopped at one, and
Yeah.
nothing happened.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But the doors of the stalls were quite low. Like,
Yeah.
I think the lowest that they can be without seeing the body of the person.
Do you know people are taller now than they used to be?
It's a bovine growth
I've heard
hormones.
that.
I was just talking about
PGH. Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I used to be kind of tall, and I'm not anymore.
I used to be shorter than I am now.
I've
Yeah.
always been short.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, you guys are kind of short, but you probably get over it, most of you.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think they're all taller than me.
Don't forget to eat your broccoli. For those of you out there, we have young people here.
Yeah.
We're
There they are.
We're,
Yeah.
we're lampooning them very slightly.
Look at that. You guys
okay.
are on the TV.
Yeah,
Work it.
Yeah.
yeah. They could see it clear over in Coralville. But anyway,
No.
yeah, reruns on Friday night at 11, I believe. Anyway.
Oh, cool.
So
Late night.
we're live
Get your
now.
pizza.
Anyway,
Yeah. So I think we're going to do another tune from the album. This is a tune that I wrote. It's based on, I came across this book called Feminist Fables, and I happened to be in a fight with my significant other at the time. And that in combination with this feminist fable that I read, it was a collection of kind of prose poems and short stories. I wrote this song. It was about Daphne, the nymph, and basically it gave 3 different scenarios, and kind of the moral of the story is like she was an ungrateful woman. No matter what she did, she couldn't win.
yeah, I know. I got that kind of thing going for me too. I know.
Oh yeah? Do you really identify with Daphne?
Not really, but
Oh, okay.
just that sort of luck of the Irish thing. Anyway, yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
I see. Okay. Well, it's funny. My name's Riley, but I'm not Irish as far as I know. There might be some surprises in my family trees.
23andMe, you can get it checked.
Yeah? I
Yeah.
know I should do that.
I think that they keep that on file and can submit that.
So they can clone you later on, or yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you planning on doing
Yeah.
something illegal?
It wasn't my plan. I'm actually, my wife wanted to find out what we were. And we're like the same race if you go back to the Stone Age, except that in the Irish thing, she was the Scots-Irish and I'm the Republic of Ireland. I'm a greenie, she'd be an orangey, but I'm 3% Neanderthal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like
So
you currently are?
I'm currently 3% Neanderthal.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Nice.
But yeah.
That's awesome.
But you can find these things out. So I knew I was German Irish. I didn't know how much Scandinavian there is in there.
Yeah, a lot.
Can you say
Viking.
Vikings?
Yeah. I'm Viking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, cool. Well, yeah, this is
I was
a,
just looking at my nephew over here.
yeah, he's like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Again, we are the Catcalls. We are super thrilled to be here, Tom. So thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, our pleasure. So we're going to do a song from our upcoming EP. This one's called Warheart Woman, based on a feminist fable about Daphne the nymph. They call me Warheart Woman 'cause I won't submit to you. Notion to surrender is something I can't do. Though I run with wolves, I won't become them too. Aren't you glad I'm just another ungrateful woman too? Ungrateful woman, ungrateful girl, ungrateful woman, ungrateful girl. Sonny don't know why she left it like the door. Trying to break away, left her wanting more. Tell me that you love her, it's not her that you love. Love her expectation, not flesh and blood. Ungrateful woman, ungrateful girl, ungrateful woman, ungrateful girl. Ungrateful woman, ungrateful girl, ungrateful woman, ungrateful girl. You rip me up, you shut me down, push me to the floor. Then you walk away, 'cause it's something you ignore. No, I'm just a woman, call me what you will. Don't do it, baby, it's the diamonds that you kill. No, I'm a creeper. No, I'm a creeper. No, I'm a creeper. No, I'm a creeper. Yeah. Thank you.
There you go.
Fun.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So, well, there they go.
There they go.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, take them away. I'll see you.
Go
Bye-bye.
Get yourself some guitars and make some noise.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I know how to play the cello.
That's good enough. That's good enough. I've got cello.
Love it.
I've got cello someplace. Yeah.
We want to sing a tune?
Have we got time for that? Or?
Oh, I guess you can if you like. I don't know what we're going to do. I want to switch over to my Stratocaster inevitably. I'm having kind of fun up here in Quebec. You know how this thing works? It's got the pickups. You know, they're the piezo
Okay.
plus the two humbuckers, and you can mix them together.
That's cool.
This is a Godin Montreal. I don't know if you know about the Godin. They're a bunch of, I won't say crazy Québécois, pas les Français avec l'accent québécois, but yes, it's a Robert Godin, and so this is it's Montreal. There's
You got it in Montreal?
no, I got it in Cedar Rapids, used at the Guitar Center, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, the city to the north.
Yeah, I've been there. We're actually playing not far from Cedar Rapids, a little town called Stone City,
Yeah, I've been there.
on Friday, April 13th, if I remember correctly.
Really? Oh, Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I know, it's a lucky day.
Yeah,
Good day for Stone City.
I've been up there. I've been up there for a long time, but I used to play up there a lot because I was working up there. I got so there's an inn, which last time I checked was an antique shop. It's the big fancy house on the hill that whoever the stone quarry owner or whatever in the old days had up there. So they turned into like an inn and a bed and breakfast. So I used to play just straight ahead classical guitar, like 19th century stuff for dinner. And then I would go down the hill to the general store, which is probably where you're playing, which used to be the general store, but there's a concert hall. And I would do whatever. And that could be like taking money at the door, or taking tickets, or bartending, or being a waiter, or whatever. And in some cases, people didn't show up. And so I ended up playing the show. So I would just hang around there, and I did that for a couple of years, I guess.
That's cool.
And then they kind of went out of business. They went broke, and then whatever happened. And but I got my dog there. I was a house guitarist at the inn at Stone City, and his mother, Katie the dog, Springer, she was the house dog. So I got her firstborn, puppy. I named him Professor Pongloss, and he used to sit on stage when, like lie on stage while I was playing my gigs and stuff. He went everywhere with me.
You just have to sit him by the tip jar, and then he'll do really well in tips.
You should, yeah.
No one can say no to a puppy.
They don't care about.
I got puppy fever real bad right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You want a puppy?
I really want a puppy.
Yeah.
I have a dog, so I feel like I can, with great confidence, say no to a puppy. Because I already have one.
Yeah, I kind of want a puppy. I live with a cat, and her name was originally Attila the honey. But she's become much more of a lover as the years go by, and she's getting older. But the thing is, like, when I had a dog, I would never go anywhere really without my dog. It would be very rare that I put him in the kennel a few times, and it just felt so guilty. And I'd pawn him off on family members to take care of him, but mostly I just took him with me. So in the music business, I would make sure I had a vehicle that would make a good dog house. Because he's like a 100-pound dog. His mom was only 40 pounds. He was like 100 pounds.
Wow.
Springer Lab mix, love child. But he, I would go and I'd play my gig, and I'd take every 45 minutes or so I would take a break, and I'd go take the dog out, and we'd sniff around, different towns. You got to swim in Lake Michigan. You got to, sniff and mark lampposts in different towns. And we lived together for a very long time. He got old, and had him and a cat. Well, they were best friends. I think they conspired against me because we were three guys, living together, and
Bachelor pad.
Well, yeah, they had 4 legs and tails and things like that, and fur, and so they actually had a lot more in common,
with each other.
You were the odd
with each
man
other.
out.
I was the bipedal, naked ape,
Yeah.
So
The keeper of the food.
yeah, and the guy with the thumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
opposable
the-
thumbs are super handy.
And the station wagon and things to
And-
take them to places, and so
What are the 4?
these
What is that?
are the faders for the this pickup, so I can
Oh.
so
Ah.
so this is getting this tone out, and this is of course the volume. So this guitar sounds like this. It's okay, but if I mix it with it makes it. I'm out of tune. Sorry, I'm in bending notes. I don't know about you guys, but I have what they call GAS, guitar acquisition syndrome.
Ah.
So,
I was gonna say, I think they have Beano for that.
yeah, but see, if buying a guitar feels good, then buying another one must feel good.
Yeah.
And
The perfect number of guitars is just one more.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And I don't need another guitar. Said no one ever. You can get a T-shirt that says that.
Yeah. I don't think they would sell very well. I'm curious, like, out of the guitar collection that you have, which one has the most meaning to you?
I got one that I got in Spain when I was 14 in 1971, and I still have it, and I play it sometimes. And I went to school on that one, and everybody else had a Ramirez or something, and I had this one. It was a nice student guitar from Barcelona, and it's kind of beat up. And then for several years, about 3 years, I would go table to table in a Mexican restaurant with a guy from Mexico, Raimundo Rosales, and he made me an honorary Mexican. We were Raimundo y Tomas is our duet act, and we would actually go table to table, and we would hustle. We had little kids at home and no money, and So we would hustle gigs, you know, and you know, like, ay, cantaores, porque cantando se alegran, se lindo los coros, and you know, like, and then we do it like Gypsy King stuff, you know, bamboleo, bamboleo. He sang very nicely in Spanish. He was this sort of dashing figure, and I was the guy there. So I used that one a lot.
Yeah.
And there'd be the waiter, you know, career waiter from Mexico with a, you know, sizzling fajitas all the way up his arm, you know, going through it. And we'd dodge those, and Raimundo was kind of a salsa dancer. So he'd do these little dance steps. When I would take the solos, you know, I do my kind of flamenco rumba like thing, and so I kind of like that one. But I don't really have a sentimental thing. I'm actually thinking about selling a couple more. I saw as your picture you have a Diamond Starfire.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
That's my electric.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's funny. I feel like when you go to basically meet a new instrument. There's some that are like, oh, this one's fun, or this is whatever, and then there's some that it's like, this is the instrument that I wanted all along, and I didn't even know it. And that was a guitar that I walked into Spruce Tree in Madison. I was gonna go play their fiddles because I was thinking about upgrading my fiddle at that point, and that was the only electric that they had. And I had been wanting to get a semi-hollow body. I was just gonna pick up like an Epiphone, you know, semi-hollow body, and I walked in and I saw that and I was like, I need to play that. And I played it and I was like, I need to buy this. And then I was like, how much is it? And so that was my first electric guitar that I bought. And this guitar, I inherited from my musical mentor when he passed away. This was his guitar that he kept in the back of his coffee shop. His name is Steve. And when I took it in, you'll notice it doesn't have the decal. It's a Martin body, and it's actually a Martin neck, but when I had it taken in, because he just had it in the back of his guitar shop, the neck was kind of warped, and it kind of went in a couple different directions. And so the guy working on my guitar, he called me up, he's like, Riley, the last time I did this was the only other time I've ever done this. I was 17, and you know, he's like in his 50s now. He's like, I am so sorry, but I snapped your truss rod, and I wouldn't have kept pushing it if I knew it would have broken. So he ordered a neck from Martin, and then he didn't like the way it was fretted. He didn't like the way how it felt, so he carved it down so it'd be a little bit more friendly to shape in my hand, and he refretted it so he liked that better. And then Martin wouldn't give him a decal, so it's like kind of this incognito Martin, but it means a lot to me to play because, you know, this is Steve's guitar. So.
Yeah, somebody you knew, and there was a friend. Yeah, well,
yeah.
There are, you know, there are these like other decals you can put on. You can mess with it. There were these counterfeit Gibsons, and there's Gibson. They'd spell it wrong. It looked like a Les Paul. And people who knew guitars would know it was wrong because it just looked like one kind of to people who didn't know better.
They say like Gisbin or something.
Yeah, something like Gibson. I don't know, but they put the wrong vowel in there. But you could get like a Marvin, make it look just like Martin, but it'd be a Marvin or something.
I think I want a Catcalls decal.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm digging that.
Yeah.
Or Riley Ann decal. I like that
I think
too.
a Catcalls are.
Meow.
Kitty, 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 here.
Meow, meow.
I do ask at shows what people's favorite catcalls are, and people start making sounds, and I was like, well, mine is, here, kitty, 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 kitty.
Yeah.
And people, it's funny, they're not expecting that one. I don't know why.
Oh, that's the first thing I expect, actually.
Go-to catcall.
There are other things I could say because I have a fair amount of cat humor at my house because the cat, you know, I teach lessons, you know, at home, and people come over and the cat, you know, wants to meet them, and like some people, doesn't like other people as much, wants to climb in their gig bags and things like that, you know.
Yeah.
So, and then when she wants to escape when they leave, so you have to like make sure she doesn't escape, you know. So there are all kinds of jokes you can make about that. I can't, you know, say any of them on the TV, but it's like totally clean, but suggestive, you know.
Yeah.
So stuff like that.
Sure.
I'm not gonna say it in front of the cameraman. Or I'm not gonna, yeah, sorry.
I won't tell, but.
Yeah, but never mind. But yeah, I don't know. I was around the 70s, you know, gender politics, not anything I want to get involved with.
Yeah.
You know, just people are take them as they come.
Yeah.
Hashtag kill all men, you know.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
No.
It's popular.
The hashtag is?
Yeah, we're very popular.
Wow.
Thousands and thousands of retweets and stuff. So.
Sad.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's the answer.
I don't
Personally,
think.
and I'm a self-proclaimed feminist, and I do not think that we should kill all men.
No, but that's like not feminism.
That's true.
There's a difference. Feminism is all about equality, so yeah. I don't know what that's called.
I think that's called hate.
Yeah, I think you're
I
right.
think there's a lot of hatred involved in any kind of like movement you get involved in, and then you'll find people in it. My thing is, I actually don't want to be involved in a movement. I'm sympathetic to men's rights movements,
Yeah?
like family court, jail time, infant mutilation, things that that there are issues, suicide rate. But I wouldn't want to get involved in a movement or identify with it. I could be sympathetic to people's, ideas,
Yeah.
their concerns.
Yeah.
But if I were in that movement, and then I would be in it with these other people that I wouldn't like, because I'm of course I'm in favor of equality,
Yeah.
of opportunity among all people. So if you and I really don't really get that much farther out than the guitar world, which is kind of why I'm interested in. I find it interesting, like the very top flight of like female classical guitarists and their careers and stuff like that. I took a workshop, 3-hour workshop with Sharon Isbin,
Nice.
who's a big time.
Yeah.
And I went to some of her concerts. I hung out at a party with her, and
Sweet.
I would like to talk to her more, but there was some composer who was trying to get her to do his stuff,
Yeah.
and she was trying to pawn him off on me. And I was in the middle of this thing, but anyway, we had our little plates and things and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. So I kind of like, I don't like to, and I always kind of feel like, to me, it'd be almost like condescending to call her, like a female guitarist or something like that, as opposed to just a guitarist, one of the, the top flight guitarists, recording, stars in the classical guitar world, and in the world. And she does a lot of really cool stuff, like Latin American stuff, which I think is really cool. She records. So
I think it's fair to call her both. As a woman and as a musician, I claim my right to be called a musician. I don't think it's fair to just classify me as just a female musician. But at the same time, it's like I own my feminine identity, and I'm proud to be a woman, and I'm proud to call myself, identify as a feminist who believes in equality, and I don't think there's anything wrong with being both. I think people get a little short-sighted when they just classify as, well, this specific demographic of guitar, this specific demographic of whatever, almost implying that like you're being noticed only because you also fall into this demographic. And
right.
I'm not interested in that necessarily, but I do think it's important to acknowledge our differences and acknowledge these other demographics that we fall into. One thing that we've talked about a lot is growing up, I don't think I ever saw a woman playing guitar in person. And when I did, in like a movie, it was totally an anomaly. And they pointed it out as, oh, this is an anomaly. This is not a typical thing. And I think it's important for everyone to see themselves in all different capacities in what they're interested in, and even things that they're not interested in. I think, one of my favorite guitarists is actually Sister Rosetta Tharpe. And because she's black and because she's a woman, she's oftentimes overlooked when people are like, oh, but Elvis, oh, but Chuck Berry, oh, but, all these often dudes, like, oh, well, these people created rock and roll. It's like, well, Sister Rosetta Tharpe was rocking decades before these guys.
Yeah.
So,
I was aware of her. For a long time. It's very interesting what she did. And there's that narrative about her, which is very true. And I watched a lot of videos of her, especially ones they did in England of her.
Oh, at the train station?
Yeah, that one at the train station.
Oh my God, she's just like radiant.
Yeah, she was really something. But she was kind of a gospel thing too, and sort of like gospel and rock, and this sort of. I mean, there's a lot of other things going on beside that. I guess I'm so tired of gender politics just because of, I come out of the 70s, and if you're like, if you're trying to have a relationship with a firebrand writer for the local college newspaper, who's sits there and for hours you listen to her tell you about how bad men are, and then you start thinking, but I'm a man, and my brothers, and my father, and my friends, aren't you like? Can you tone it down a little bit? But that was just sort of what they had to go through. Of course, it still exists now.
It does.
There's a lot of that going on, in like not in the mainstream necessarily, but there's a whole thing. So if I was aware of female guitarists pretty much all my life because of Ida Presti, who was considered maybe the best classical guitarist of the 20th century, and who died actually in the U.S. on tour when I was 10 years old. But that's okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes. But anyway, and then of course Joni Mitchell with her alternate tunings.
Yeah.
But she had polio when she was a kid, so her left hand had weakness in it. So she just brilliant tunings, So I was aware of her, and there's Joan Baez and all that, the folky thing. I don't think there was the rock world was very male.
Yeah.
Other kinds of guitar playing, were certainly mixed, and I'm sure there's more male than female by a long stretch, but never aware of female rock guitar players. There were very few when I was young, but other kinds of things. So my whole thing was because I would always sort of defend women in a sense, and say, well, women can't play guitar. So are you kidding? Have you heard about, her, I think, yeah, really good, but there's another thing also, other things like Charo, who is a flamenco guitar player, but she was over the top, lots of makeup, blonde wig, and sexy clothes, and the hoochie coochie girl. But she's actually a really good guitar player.
Yeah.
But she had to act weird. But then at the same time, I'm thinking about I play banjo, and I think banjo players had to be clowns. Earl Scruggs could be serious, but almost every Grandpa Jones.
Yeah.
And Hee Haw. And String Bean, who had these pants that only came up to his knees, and he had a really long shirt, and he had kind of weird makeup, and they were excellent frailer clawhammer banjo players, but they had to do a comedy act, in order to be anybody to want to see them for some reason, and so I've thought of I've thought of that.
Yeah.
And also black people having to act up a certain way to be in show business.
Well, yeah.
And all those sorts of things, And I always sort of found that kind of, in music, because either you can play or you can't, and either you got something it sounds good and or you can't. And my experience with studying with, because I've had female teachers and I've taught a lot of women and girls lessons and stuff, is the only real difference between men and women is that a man's ring finger is longer than tends to be longer than his index finger.
Wow.
And the woman, it's the other way.
That's about equal.
Yeah, wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
My ring finger is longer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow.
We got some masculine energy or something.
I don't know, it's always been that way. And now it's different.
It must be the bovine growth hormones we
That's
talked about
my
earlier.
Wow.
Full circle.
Maybe in a few years all this stuff will become obsolete.
Maybe.
It'll all be the same.
I don't know. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
I always figure you guys, you're unique, just like everybody else.
You're a snowflake, just like everyone else.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm going to switch over to my Strat because I have to. We got to play a couple more things or do something. This show is
Cool.
You
want us to play another tune?
Why
Is that what we're saying?
Why don't you play it? Why don't you start playing something? I'll see what I can do with this Strat real quick. I got to switch
Do I
over
need
to
your
my...
tune? Yeah. All right, we're going to switch things up too.
Ah.
So,
on you?
There's Nora.
You look good. And then maybe we could end up with a blues standard this time for one more.
Okay.
You want to get your mic?
Oh.
So we don't have
Yeah, I
to
can do
readjust.
And then you can rest or something.
Yeah. No.
There is no resting. Pillow talk tour.
I can rest when I'm dead.
It's a Warren Zevon song.
to give me one last kiss. A tear drop down your cheek onto my cold dead lips. You looked good on me, baby. Don't be afraid to follow suit. I'm right here on the other side. Close your eyes and I'll find you. You look good on me, baby. Just my style and size. You look good on me, baby. And we look our best side by side. We look our best side by side. We look our best side by side. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I hold the last note, though.
Want to close things out with a blues tune?
Yeah, better do it quick. We got like 2 minutes tops.
Cool.
Thanks for tuning in to Tom's Guitar Show. And
Yeah.
I'm coming. You come hear me at the Tuscan Moon this weekend, Friday, Saturday night. Make reservations. Italian steakhouse. Have vegetarian options. Yeah, in beautiful downtown Kelowna, Iowa. Which we all know is an Amish community, so watch your step. Horse and buggy town. So
Let's do a little C major Abilene.
Abilene.
Yeah.
Abilene.
That's right. Yeah, we'll sing it with a blues tune. So this is an old tune from the 20s, right?
I think so.
All right.
Abilene, Abilene, prettiest town that I'd ever seen. Men don't treat you quite so mean in Abilene. Sweet Abilene, take your time.